COSTCO does a lot for veterans, just like Home Depot or Lowe's, and I compliment them. We are not shorting our veterans with this investment. The question of, is it necessary, Mr. Bradford? You know, we should have asked that question before we lost United Airlines to Chicago. You know, maybe if we had a carrot there, or 2 carrots, or 3 carrots, maybe United would be here with cheaper rent, better living, friendlier people, and we would have United based here in Houston, Texas, instead of Chicago. Maybe if we asked that question earlier, we would have Exxon downtown. We'd have Exxon at Greenspoint Mall, but we're losing them to the Woodlands. We lose the tax base there. So, you know, sometimes these businesses just want to be wanted, and just a small amount of incentive or a few carrots, it can make the difference whether they're part of this tax base or not. So let's learn from our mistakes and court these people and become business partners, and they will give back to the community.
Councilmember Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. COSTCO is a publicly traded company, so you can find all sorts of information on it. Last year, they generated $7 billion in annual sales. They have 9,700 locations. So the easy math is each store generates $100 million in sales revenue. Multiply that point 8.25, the city of Houston will receive $8 million in annual sales tax revenue. For an expenditure that we're talking about, you accomplish that in the first couple of months of COSTCO being open within the city of Houston, collecting the sales tax revenue. So I know that's a little bit elementary, and I probably have something wrong in there. We maybe don't receive 8.25, but when I looked at that, it became pretty much a no-brainer.
Vice Mayor Pro Tem Bradford.
Thank you. Councilman Christie, I'm just not certain how giving incentives to build a project outside the city of Houston is an incentive or encouragement to develop projects inside of Houston proper. It's not. If you give incentives to companies and corporations to build outside of Houston proper, why come inside of Houston proper? I think our primary obligation could be, and there are other companies out there asking us to help them develop tracts of land that's inside of Houston city limits proper. And that's kind of the way the 382 has been utilized in the past, for us to let private sector do what it does, and when there's an opportunity for us as a governmental entity to step in and help with a project inside of Houston proper, in most instances, some of the distressed areas, we use that tool to say, we'll give you a boost to make that happen, because it's inside of Houston proper or geography. Having said that, I still haven't heard any evidence that this incentive is necessary to make this deal happen. Now, we can move ahead and do it, but I don't want us to say that we're doing it to incentivize activities inside of Houston, because we're not. We're not doing that. So just listen to the question again. How does providing an incentive to a corporation to build a project outside of Houston brings about an encouragement or an incentive to build inside? It simply doesn't. So we can move forward and do it, but I don't want anyone to be under the disillusioned theory that an incentive to build outside does anything for Houston proper. And what do we say to those others who are sitting out there waiting to do things inside of Houston proper? What do we say to them? So here's a council giving an incentive to do stuff outside of Houston in the ETJ, but not here in Houston proper. Having said that, I will stand down and my commentary is complete. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilmember Davis.
Thank you, Mayor.